Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be trying out the new Tangle Auragin released by Zentangle headquarters, furthering our series on new tangles. I'm today going to be drawing the Tangle Auragin, and next coming up few sessions, probably 4 or 5 sessions, we are going to be exploring more of this Tangle Auragin. Yes, so I'm working on a regular Zendala tile, a round tile. This is a white tile and working with my Micron PN. Going to draw Auragin like a heart today. Yes, so what we are going to do is draw two orbs, which is basically the starting point of the Tangle Auragin, and start with a heart-like shape like this. Yes, let's first pen it. The orb can be bigger or smaller, that's entirely your wish. Leaving some space in between, not thinking how, where, what right now, just starting with the first few strokes. That's the first stroke of the Tangle Auragin, and now I'm going to build on it. Add some more auras on both sides. So we are going to heap a few auras underneath, maybe 1 or 2 here also, like this, and then close it. It almost looks like a conch to me. Yes, that's the feeling that I get when I draw this beautiful Tangle Auragin. I'm going to do exactly the same on the other side. So I've added 1, 2, 3, 4 main auras on the outside. So I'm going to stick to that, kind of ensuring some symmetry, but it's not important. You can differ. Yes, so that's one more, and then probably one more there, and then you can close it by adding these further auras inside. Yes, so that's the basic of our Tangle Auragin. Now you can add probably an outer aura, so that if we draw some tangle outside our Auragin, it stays discreet and doesn't mingle with our main tangle. It's not necessary that you have to draw something outside. Yeah, you can keep the rest of the tile empty. Let Auragin be the center of attraction. Well, here you can roll it in a little. Like this. Let's now add tangles inside these auras. This space can be, it's actually a perfect space to place a MOONPIE, and that's why I'm tempted to start with the MOONPIE actually. MOONPIE is nothing but the decked up version of crescent moon, wherein we are actually decorating the consecutive auras of the tangle crescent moon. Adding another aura, one more. You can add orbs inside, or you can add anything else inside. Feel free. Another aura, and then probably we shall see. What I feel like doing is I will just add, or instead extend this moon and draw a tangle called FOOTLITES all around my Auragin. I'm just adding the moons right now so that I don't, sometimes the tangle just disappears from my mind. And I'll end up drawing something else. But I feel like drawing the tangle footlights here, and hence I have just added those moons all around. Footlights is not a Zentangle original, but it's a beautiful tangle to draw, and it starts with these crescent moon shapes, and besides this shape it's just line work. Yes, just like any other Zentangle pattern. Yeah, so now we know what are we going to do on the outside. Yes, as far as this part is concerned, I'm going to give a nice curl, convert it into something like print terms. Yes, let's now start with the outermost aura. I'm adding triple lines, something like we do for Marasu. Not thinking where what, just starting to draw these lines, going with the flow. Slowly take your time, don't be in a hurry. Yes, I hope you're able to see clearly, or maybe I can zoom in a little more. Yeah. So that's one, and now I'm going to do exactly the same on the other side. There's a slight curve to the line, they are not exactly straight. Inside each of these auras, there's a whole lot of tangles that you can choose from. Especially ribbon tangles would work very well, border or ribbon like tangles. And there are a team number of such tangles that you can choose from. So feel free to go with the tangles that you feel like at that point of time. Now the in-between space, I'm just going to insert a big orb. Something like this. Nothing else, touching the corners but rounding it as I go towards the corner, as if I'm squeezing in an orb inside in an enzeppel like fashion. Yes, just adding a touch of ink, the tiny corners, spaces left in the corners. Take your time, go slow. Small spaces, you may not have to touch the corners, just rounding is enough. Yeah, so simple enzeppel like activity that we did, retracing the inner space, rounding the corners as if we are squeezing in an orb inside, is all that I did here. And you can add any other tangle of your choice. can add printums, you can add tipple, you can add anything else that you feel like. I keep saying this when I draw a tile. Go with the tangles that you feel like at that point of time. Take a cue from what I'm doing. Make it your own. Experiment and explore. You don't need to do exactly what I'm doing. Yes? So that was the outermost layer. Now let us move to the next one. So I'm going to just add some nice MOOKAs, simpler version of MOOKAs, alternating the sides. So one is rolled here, the other one goes on the other side. It's a simpler version of MOOKA, I would say. Yes, and these spaces in between, you can add small orbs, or you can add a flux, whatever you feel like. Tally your choice. I'm just adding orbs in between. Like this. Simple? Yes, let's do that on the other side also. Well, I'm keeping both the sides symmetrical, but again, it's a choice. If you want to add different tangles on both sides, please feel free to do that. Slowly, take your time, don't be in a hurry. Give nice curls and then insert these orbs wherever you see those spaces. So that was the second one. Yes, let's now do a DOODAH. So DOODAH is a simple tangle with lines coming from both sides, almost touching the other end, but you have to stop short of touching actually the other end. So go up to 3/4 of the other side and keep alternating the side. So this side goes up to 3/4 of the opposite side and the same on the other side. This tangle is called DOODAH. Go slow, be patient. As you can see, I'm drawing the lines pretty close. However, you can draw them at a distance and it will assume a totally different look, and that's fine. There is no standard way to draw a tangle. Take the idea, make it your own, play around, have fun. The motive is to enjoy, relax. There is no rule book that you need to follow, and there are no mistakes. So that was DOODAH. Let's do this on this side also. I will do exactly the same activity on this side also and get back to you in a jiffy. So I'm almost finishing drawing my DOODAH on the other side. Let us now draw another tangle, and this tangle is called ECHOISM, which is nothing but a series of cursive S. This looks like a chain pattern. Go slow. They can be touching each other or they may not touch each other, that's fine. Don't take them too far. You don't even need to raise your hands. So one stroke continuously. Ongoing stroke, you don't have to break it unless you want to. I am doing the same thing here. Yes. So we are done with our echoism. The last part I am not going to add a tangle. I am instead going to ink because I miss some drama. So I am adding an aura inside it, and I am going to ink it with a sparkle. That's all, because I think I need some drama inside also. Yes. So what I did is I'm just going to closely aura the inside space and then ink with a highlight. The inside space here can also be inked. Alternatively, what you can do is fill it up with very tiny tipples. They are really tiny ones. Yes, you can also go with some Bronx cheers. If you don't like these small tipples, feel free to add some Bronx cheers. I like the texture that it adds. Very small orbs, tiny tipples like these. Now comes this part. It's up to us. I'm just adding a little weight there. We can either add some pattern inside here also, or we can keep it empty. We shall see. Right now I feel like keeping it the way it is, just adding a little weight towards the end, but we shall see if we want. Of course we can add some weight here also. Small little enhancements that add to the look of your tangle and your tile. That's weighting. Yes, looks beautiful. Let's now get started with our footlights. So footlights is all about line work. Probably you can add an aura here also. Let me first add an aura to these moons. Slowly go to each. Here also you can add some weight. Add an aura. Yes. And now we just need to add lines. Yes, a lot of lines. You can break the lines for highlights if you wish. Preferably start from the center, and when you reach here, add a triangle in between. Again, start from the center. Preferably you can break the lines in between and continue drawing the lines. I'm going very light-handed, not pushing my pen hard. And then you can again add a triangle in between. Again, start from the center, not pushing my pen. That's how the tangled footlight goes. Yeah. So take your time, go around, enjoy the lines, repeating lines, pure meditation. And break the lines in between wherever you wish to. Continue drawing the lines. Insert a triangle in between. And then again start from the center of the next one. These look like sun rays. It's actually the moons, but they look like sun rays. Yes. I hope you got an idea how to draw these tangles. I'm going to continue like this. This is going to take a little while. Please do it at your own pace. No hurry. Relax. Take a break if you wish to. It's a lot of line work. Yeah. So I'm continuing in the same fashion as I showed to you. Pure line work. Footlights is all about line work. A triangle in between. Again starts from the center of the next moon. Keep drawing lines. Doesn't matter if the lines are shaky. It's okay. The last moon here. As you can see, I am going very light-handed, breaking the lines in between. And that's it. That's the tangled footlights. Yes, isn't it beautiful? Yeah. Let's now get started with our shading, and then we shall see if we want to add few more things. We can always go back and do it. One thing that I feel like doing right away is to add some dots here. Maybe we could have done it after shading also, but just to give it a more organic look, instead of keeping it absolutely white, I just felt like adding some dots, fine dots. Like this. So let's now get to shading, and I'm going to shade just the way you would shade any border or ribbon like tangle. Yes. I'm going to sharpen my pencil a little. Yeah. So how do you generally shade a ribbon-like tangle? You add graphite on both ends. Spaces are small, so we don't want to add too much. Basically adding on both sides of the line. Take your time. Don't add too much. Here on the weights, and then we can add here, or we can add on the inside. Adding on the line in such a way that it goes on both sides of the line, the graphite. As I mentioned, spaces are small, they are thin borders. Don't add too much, you don't want the entire thing gray. Yes, on the moon, both sides, and each of these moons on the outside. Yeah, I think we are done. Let us now blend. Yeah. That was one. You just have to blur the graphite without pulling it out too much. Make sure you have the center white. You don't want the entire thing go gray. Just a little blurring of the graphite is all that I'm doing. Make sure the center remains white because the highlight is important, especially for border tangles. Just running over the graphite and blurring it. Not pulling it out, simply running over it. Yes, I think we did that. Now just going around my footlights, blend the graphite. Take your time. And we are done. Coming to the moon pie. Yes, we can touch chalk at some places. For example, here we can also touch some chalk like a highlight. That's why it's important that you leave some part white, else you cannot highlight. Yes, and we can also use our GellyRoll a little bit to add a little funk, a small highlight on the moons. Of course, these things are optional. You may or may not do it. Just adding a touch of GellyRoll on the moons, like a highlight. And that's about it. I don't think we need to do anything else here. That's our beautiful Tangle Auragin, and that's our tile. You want, you can add something on these auras also, but I don't feel like, so I'm going to leave it here. Just adding a little touch of graphite at the ends. I don't like it absolutely white. Yeah, that's it. I'm going to be closing my tile here. Put in your chop somewhere. Very important. Own it. It's your creation. Be proud of it. Sign and date your tile always. I shall see you again with some more sessions on this new Tangle Auragin. Till then, have a good time. Bye-bye.